Michael discovered they were being tracked. He immediately threw away James' phone. Lincoln drove the car into a small path. The group ran into a wooden cabin and then exchanged fire with the enemy. When Gretchen arrived, she found the gunfire was coming from a tape recorder, and Michael and the others had already changed cars and left. They came to a factory and called Gretchen to bring the hostage to exchange for James. However, while Michael and Lincoln were discussing countermeasures, James suddenly smashed the glass and escaped. Michael and the others hurried forward to chase. At this time, James had jumped down from the container. He stole a passerby's car and drove straight away. Lincoln also quickly started the vehicle to pursue. Seeing a traffic jam ahead, James immediately abandoned the car and fled, and used a side path to avoid Michael's pursuit. He borrowed a passerby's phone to call Gretchen, but just as he was about to say the address, he was knocked down by Lincoln with a punch. To ensure their own safe escape, Michael arranged to meet Gretchen in a crowded square. Lincoln stayed nearby with a gun guarding James. Gretchen had her men bring out the hostage, but at the same time, a sniper on the rooftop aimed at Lincoln. However, Michael told Lincoln to take James and leave, and informed Gretchen this was not the exchange location. Then he went to a nearby museum, notified Gretchen to exchange hostages here, and incidentally stole a souvenir from the museum. Gretchen arrived at the museum with her men, but found metal detectors set up at the entrance. She had to hand over her weapons to her subordinates, and told them to disperse and guard each exit of the museum. Gretchen entered the museum alone with the hostage, while Michael and Lincoln were already waiting there. After both sides exchanged the people they wanted, Gretchen's men had already guarded every door of the museum, but Michael suddenly smashed the glass cover of a cultural relic. The museum's alarm immediately rang out. Now everyone had to be checked before leaving. Michael and the others passed the inspection smoothly, but James was searched and found the souvenir in his pocket by the guard. The guard immediately decided to detain James. Gretchen immediately instructed her subordinates to take action, but the armed subordinates were tackled to the ground by the nearby guards. There was immediate chaos at the museum entrance. Michael returned to the car and took out a pistol, wanting to kill Gretchen to avenge Sarah, but the suddenly firing guard alerted Gretchen. Michael could only quickly take Lincoln and leave.